All right, so this popped out of nowhere. We were not expecting to do this tonight, but we just got a hot hit on a new Ripper. I am excited. I'm going to tell you, it has a V8. It has a V8. All right, so we're going to get the trailers hooked up. Let's get at her. All right, since the vehicle we're picking up doesn't have any wheels, we stopped by the little brother-in-law here and hooked it up. So we got some fresh wheels that he has just given to us. He says we could have them.
$200. Son of a bitch.
Maybe we'll go to the junkyard.
Aren't you having a baby tonight?
Right. Thank you for the baby gift. All right, let's go pick up this rig. All right, what is up, everyone? So what happened actually was, well, by the time we got there, it was already too dark. So I tried filming some stuff, but it just wasn't working out. But I figured I'd just wait till the day. We can pull up the trailer, show you guys this fresh Mountaineer. This thing right here. So what happened was this guy was daily driving this thing, and he wanted to rip it. So he ended up taking it down to the Badlands with his kids, and they had a good time and all that. And you know, they rallied the thing like we would, no big deal. And yeah, by that, you know, he brought it back home. Didn't want to be looking at this thing in his yard and all that, so you know, he sold it for a really good price that we could not beat. So this thing's 2000 Mercury Mountaineer, which is the Cadillac of exploders. Custom hood latch here, so we'll work something else out. It was a rest on a secondary, and I didn't want to be going down the highway relying on that, and then potentially maybe shattering our windshield and causing more issues. So other than that, you know, she's got a little scrapage on the side. Actually, the other side looks better. And you know, she was already rusty, but that's no big deal. That's just ventilation, you know what I mean? It does seem like she's as far as I looked underneath, nothing's broken. It does look like maybe, I don't know, it kind of looks like that's how it's set up on the, it looks like maybe, like you look back here, like maybe this was pushed back, possibly. But I don't know, like it looks pretty how it's supposed to be, so I don't know quite. Maybe it's just the body just sitting a little weird on there, but everything looked good. So that's how she sits on this side. And then this side, actually, there was a little bit back here where it's all rusty. They must have caught something. You know, is what it is. As long as we still fill her up with gas, no big deal. You know, she's just a trail runner. Maybe we'll take the little sledgehammer and give a little persuasion there, get that back. You know, see it's set like that on this side too, so probably not a big deal. Oh, so yeah, I think this thing's it's four-wheel drive all time, which is kind of a good and bad thing. It might give us potential, or maybe do more than just Michigan with this thing, and maybe take it down to Aspen, or you know, maybe we'll take it down to the Badlands, or you know, gives potential to do maybe some other things. So she's got crisp mint leather seats in this thing, the little Mountaineer sign in here. So she needs to be cleaned up, which we'll do. We'll get her all cleaned up, looking good. Oh, maybe in a fresh paint job. But V8, it's got a V8. Okay, so that's one thing I want to look at, because on this thing he said it was a 5.0, right? But I was thinking, like, did they do 5.0s that late in 2000? Like, I thought 2000 was like, whoa, almost. But I thought 2000 was like 4.6, because like in the Mustangs, like they stopped making the 5.0, I thought, in the early, well, yeah, even for their trucks and all that. So I think this has got a 4.6 in there, because I think I seen that's what they were putting in the exploders too. So let's have a fresh look. I don't know what's up with these holes here. They obviously drilled them for some reason. I don't know, to be honest. Light bar, flags. Did they really put the flag on there, on the hood right here? They might have. So let's see what we got going on here. Oh yeah. Oh, struts don't work very well. That's a bummer. Oh my gosh, this thing is a 5.0. And it has a Can-N. What a freaking unit, guys. Belt looks good. And I tell you what, got a nice old Duralast battery. Brake fluid's topped off. Dude, she looks crisp under here. Only that thing stinks is those struts are whooped, so we'll have to get a little vice grip action. So when we're working on her, if we need to. Man, I can't believe this thing's got a 5.0 in it. I did not know that, see? It won't shut. But maybe we could figure out why she won't shut. Maybe, what's holding us up? Maybe that bump stop. Look how far that bump stops out. Maybe we can still get her to latch. Before we go swinging a hammer, we'll check it out for sure. So yeah, holy cow. It's spicy. So yeah, I was talking about maybe trying to just put this thing back, like put to two-wheel drive. But the problem is, I don't know quite exactly how. Oh golly, that's why the front end sits up like that. I forgot, the guy told me he maxed out the torsion bars. So that's why it sits so high back there. So yeah, so what we could do if we wanted to, but I don't think we're gonna get that far in depth, we could put some leaf spring extenders on the back to bump the back end up. But honestly, we don't need, I think she sits like a race car right now, so she's ready to go. But anyways, what I was getting at, as far as, you know, the exploder that we run out there is a V6 two-wheel drive and on bald tires, and we still managed to get pretty risque out there. Now we've got some treaded tires, which we gotten from our brother-in-law, which said, hey, I want these things back. But we jacked them from him anyways. Actually, man, these tires got dry rot on them, Tommy. But that's okay. I'd rather, you know, buy them off him than buy it off, you know, have to search and find it from someone else. So this is a good deal right here. We're gonna just buy these wheels from him, and then yeah. But yeah, good tires, four-wheel drive, and a V8. Like, these are, it's pretty spicy on the trail. That's for sure. Little, I don't know, maybe a little too spicy. So that's why we're talking about maybe if we can pull the front shaft out of this thing and just at least have it two-wheel drive. It's got posi in the back too, so we're messing with posi also. But if we could, you know, make it the two-wheel drive, it would at least slow down our momentum a little bit. And honestly, I like the two-wheel drive; makes it more fun. I like being able to carry momentum into turns, and you know, it'd be pretty fun letting this V8 eat on two-wheel drive. But the problem is, you have two different systems. You have an all-wheel drive systems for these things, and you have a four-wheel drive system. Now the all-wheel drive is where it literally delivers power to the front and the rear the whole time, different percentages depending on slippage. Four-wheel drive all time is where it'll run two-wheel drive until it senses slippage, and then it'll kick in the four-wheel drive. That one is easy to disable, and actually you could just disable it, I believe, with a fuse or just cutting the power to one of the sensors. But as far as anything else, oh, there goes UPS. Hey, come on, he's gonna come back here. He's got some goods for us today. But yeah, as far as this one here, there's like, I think like a clutch, kind of like a differential, I believe, maybe in the transfer. I'm not for sure. I'm really still trying to look this stuff up. We actually, one of our buddies works for Ford, so I'm hoping he can give us a solid answer, since Ford, Mercury, it's all the same. So we'll see what happens. But I would love to convert this thing to two-wheel drive, but I don't want to toast, you know, a transfer case or a transmission and turn this into, you know, a big pile of junk right away. I like to have some fun with this with you guys, and we still plan on going to the junkyard. And I told Mike, we see another Exploder there, or heck, a Mountaineer, we're probably gonna grab it, because I'm looking to get a fleet going on here. We got the key to the Exploder, or the Mountaineer, and we're gonna fire this puppy up, let it warm up. Still gotta check the oils and all that. Hopefully there's some type of oil in there. Who knows? We're not gonna rip the parts. Put her in the back, so we're ready to work on it. We got other projects we're still working on. Gotta get that pit bike put together and all that stuff. But after that, We have a couple warm days coming up. Maybe we'll bring it back up front, wash it up and all that stuff. So, all right, get back around. Pretty loud? Honestly, it's not as loud as I thought. Not too shabby. So, can't tell honestly if there is a miss in it, if it's missing or not. There's no check engine lights on. It's hard to tell the way they got the exhaust chopped off. So, oh yeah, she definitely flexing on this side. Just the way it's dipped here on the ground. So it's that Cadillac suspension. But yeah, she's running good. I wanted to see the temp gauge come up a little bit more. Trying to wait on that to. It stayed cool when we were running it before. Now I'm kind of worried that I was looking at the wrong gauge. I think I messed up, guys. Hopefully she stays within a reasonable temp. Because what's happening here, you can see, is that when I was looking at night, it was so dark, I was looking at this gauge, I'm like, all right, she's holding temp good, but that's your oil pressure. So she has good oil pressure, which is a good thing. But this is our temp gauge over here, which if you can look, she's just on straight cold. So, oh, no, she's not moving at all. And if that don't fix it, nothing will. So either that gauge is bad, or the thermostat can be stuck open. And honestly, that stuff ain't gonna bother me. Like, as long as the thing stays cool, doesn't overheat. But yeah, no check engine lights. But you know what? Oh, that's how we check it. Duh. Yeah, we hear you. Check gauge. Well, that's not necessarily a check engine light, is it? See theft. I'm trying to look here. Okay, right. It's so dirty. Don't you start beeping on? I know. Oh my goodness, that make it worse. Alright, so check gauge, I'm assuming, is your check engine light. I can't see any more as far as warning symbols in here. But we will have to look a little further. I joked with some guy, I'm like, I can't believe this thing doesn't have a check engine light on. Especially the way they got the exhaust chopped and all that. Like, that seems a little odd. You know, but obviously what we pay for these things, it is what it is. Even if there is a check engine light technically on this thing, it's not a big deal. We're not trying to get this thing to pass emissions. Fire's up. Damn! Little poppy. Yeah, and we're at that's another thing too, is we're gonna get that fixed. We're gonna put some type of exhaust on this thing. And honestly, it'll sound even better ripping. Like, it's so loud now and it's crazy. Like, but we'll put a glass pack on there or something, or a Flowmaster, and we'll get this thing sounding even better. So we got a lot of work to do this thing, but main thing is cleaning it up, get exhaust welded on, check our tire pressures, get the hood mounted on, make sure we're firing all 8 cylinders, That's about it. We're just gonna, check your air filter, make sure it's doing good. Check engine fluids. Golly, like this list never stops. Man, we got some work to do. But other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you later.